Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Do I have some persons here? Do I have some persons here with me? Let me know whether you are here tonight. We are welcome to the World Conference. I just hope everybody who ought to be speaking on this in this conference is here. Please, if you're here, let me know. I can't see any comments. If you're here, let me know. If you're here, let me know. If you're here, let me know. I hope the people who are supposed to be speaking are here. Tony Lockwer. Okay, so we need to wait for more people to join us and then we can start. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me see who is supposed to be first. I just hope people are not running away because some people have been crying and crying to let them be. Who is here? Okay, to look where you're here. Okay, Sarah is here. Sorry, excuse me. Please, can we go and call other people to come? They should stop running away. It's an assignment. It's actually to help everybody. In fact, one of you, Sarimi, I think one of you should just go there and go and do like a WhatsApp call. Somebody should do a WhatsApp call to call everybody. So I'm sure by the time we do that, I had to. Okay, the number is increasing. Our first speaker is not here. Our first speaker is not here. And this is not okay. Our first speaker is supposed to be Dr. Oboma. And Dr. Oboma is not here now. Dr. Oboma is not here now. So if Dr. Obama is not here, we'll just go to the next speaker. If Dr. Obama is not here, the second speaker is okay, we'll have 8 persons here. Welcome. Yes, welcome. Today has been a very Powerful day for me. Tuesdays Tuesdays are usually one of the busiest days for me in the office. Counseling and a lot of things happen on Tuesdays. So what is going to happen is I'm just going to pick any speaker that is here. Remember that we're doing this thing for ourselves. The people who joined the inner circle last year will tell you that this was actually one of the things that brought them out. This was one of the things that gave them confidence. So whatever it is we're doing here is to help each and every one of us become better at what God has put in our hands. Do you understand? Do you understand? So okay. So Tolulope, you have sorry. Okay, let's see. So whoever is ready, the people that are speaking today, I have 4 speakers. One of the speakers, T. Adekunle, is not able to come. There's an emergency she needs to attend to. So she's not able to come. So please, Tolulope, if you're here, Nancy, are you here? Nancy Thompson. Anybody that misses their own, I won't go back to have them do it again. Anybody that misses their chance, I will not do it. I will not go back to have them do it again. So I'm just saying this now. Anyone who is not here and misses their session will not be given the opportunity to do it again. So if any of the speakers today is your accountability partner, let them know. Once you miss it, I am not going to give you another chance, except the person actually took permission. You understand? So, like I said, God has given each and every one of us a voice. I'm waiting for any of the speakers to come. So please, Tolulope, if you're here, just click and join. God has given each and every one of us a voice, and God wants your voice to be amplified. But the truth is that if you don't speak, nobody will know what you carry. If you don't open up your mouth and speak, until Jesus opened his mouth to say, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. I mean, God made him that, but he needed to say it. He needed to say it to the hearing of human beings and to the hearing of the devil. So if you're here and there's something God has asked you to do, you are not talking, oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know. No, you must actually be strong, brave it. No, you really need to brave it. Brave it. When I mean brave it, you need to brave it. This thing is actually not for the faint-hearted. I will tell you, success is hard work. Somebody write for me in the comment section. Success is hard work. Success is hard work. Success is hard work. Hallelujah. Success is hard work. Write it for me in the comment section. I want to see it. Write for me, success is hard work. So Tolulope is here, and she's the CEO of Relate Signature, and she's going to be speaking to us tonight. I'm going to bring her up immediately because there's no time to check time. There's no time to waste time. One of the things that some of you will find out about me is that I will do everything I can to pull people, but once I notice you're not forthcoming, I will leave you. And if I leave you, you will not like it if I leave you. If I leave you, you won't like it. So, okay. So, yes, we have our international speaker. This is not a local conference. This is not a local speaker. Tolu is an international. So Tolu, you're going to introduce yourself, say what your topic you're speaking about, And then once you're done, you have 10 minutes. Remember, this is a conference of about 20,000 people. I hope your mic is working.
Can you hear me?
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
this is a conference about 20,000 people. The entire world wants to know you, what you do, and what is that thing God has put in your heart to bless humanity. So for anybody who you haven't done yours, go and be cooking your own so that you do it. Okay, Tolu, you have the stage right now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, my name is Tolulokpe Ojo. I think let me just talk a bit about myself. I am the CEO of Really Signature DIY World. What we basically do there is we offer resources to support your children to build required skills for the future. All those skills that your kids need, we offer it. So I won't take much of our time. I will just be going straight into today's conference. So let's start. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone, wherever you are joining us from. You are welcome to today's conference. And today, I will be taking some time to just talk about what most of the time as a parent we ask. I know we have a lot of questions, but this is going to be one of the important questions we have as parents, guardians, or educators. How can we build essential skills for our children to help them impact the future? We don't want to just have kids that do, does not have relevance in their generation. We want kids that can impact their world. And actually, that is the essence of life. So every parent wish that their children will be able to impact their generation, they're able to impact their world. So how can we do this as a parent? That is one of the questions that each one of us asks. If I'm permitted to ask anyone here, you will be like, what are your goals as parents? At least one person will say that, well, raising a kids that can impact my kids that can impact the world. As we are aware, the world is changing. The world is changing. The jobs that were before are not the jobs that are right now. We're talking in the class this morning and we're like, yes, before everybody wants to be a doctor, everybody wants to be a lawyer, everybody wants to be an engineer. But if you can sample opinion now, kids of nowadays, they don't want to do that. Even let's look at even the current jobs that are available. People are saying that, oh, I'm a data analyst, I'm a social media content creator, I'm a social media manager. A lot of things are evolving. And if our kids are not prepared to face the challenges of the future, they won't be able to meet up or they won't be able to thrive in that future that they have. So that is the reason why we need to equip them with the tools that they need to thrive in this dynamic landscape. Everyday things are changing and we need to equip them as parents. So what are these skills? I'll be running quickly through the 10 skills that every parent needs to actually ensure that their kids have. So the first one is critical thinking and problem solving. Every child must be able to think. When we're talking about thinking, is you must be able to analyze things, you must be able to analyze information, you must be able to study, you must be able to examine, you must be able to look at it critically, and you'll be able to say, oh, this is where this thing is going to. You must be able to solve complex problem, because every day there are problems. You can see what is going on in Nigeria. It's people that have solutions that will be relevant. So if your child will be relevant, if your child will impact the world in the future, they must be a solution provider. And how do we do this? We have to encourage curiosity. I keep on telling parents that, oh, you see that child that is always asking you questions, and you are like, oh, keep quiet, you disturb me a lot. It is very, very important for every child that is curious to be nurtured. Ask open-ended questions. You are asking questions and your child is yes or no. It's not permitted. Let them communicate, let them talk to you, let them tell you their mind. Another way is provide puzzles, riddles, All these resources are there for them to learn, because when they are solving this, they are able to think out of the box. They are able to look at way to solve this problem. And when it becomes part of them, you see that, yeah, they begin to develop the capacity to critically think. Another thing is, let's involve them in real world issues. Our children needs to be involved in real world issues. We should always ask of their opinion. Don't say, oh, it's me and daddy alone. Let's ask them, let them bring their suggestion. I keep on telling people that a lot of time when I want to do something, I will just ask my daughter, what do you feel about this? And I found out that she has a laudable idea, and these are things that we should encourage as parents. Another thing is creative and innovative um acts. Let every child must be creative. One of the skills that we are looking forward to in every child of the future is, can they create, can they innovate? My teacher will say, it's either you innovate or you die. If you don't innovate, your company will go down. So every child must be able to innovate. They must look at things with fresh perspective. And a child that does is not being taught how to look at things from fresh perspective will not be able to do that in the future. So we need to groom them to look at things in a new perspective, in a better perspective, so that they will be able to provide that solution that is expected of them. So how do we do this? Ensure that you create an avenue for them to be creativity. We are looking at painting, we are looking at them drawing. It's actually an avenue to be creative. Crafting, a lot of things can be done. You see, people will say, oh, I want my child to be good at doing this, I want my child to be good at doing this, but we always neglect that aspect of crafting. Crafting is very important. Painting, drawings, these are ways you can actually encourage child to do that. Another way is storytelling. Yeah, we need to let our children learn how to know stories. Tell them story. Support imaginative play. Let them be able to play. Let them be able to create. Like, when you said, oh, let them have creative role play. Let them do something that they can talk through. These are ways you can actually help with this skill. Another one is experiment. Yeah, they will make mistakes. They will explore. They will make mistakes. Mistake is part of life. Let's ensure that our kids are doing this, and this will help them with their creative skill. Another one is communication skills. For a child to thrive in their future, they must be able to be verbal and be able to write. I was watching a film maybe months ago about a storyteller that cannot verbalize or communicate the story to other people. So he was sharing this with a friend, and the friend would go to the king, go to everybody, and will be sharing. And they were giving these friends accolade. So what was the other friend's problem? He was unable to communicate. He was unable to tell people his story. And at the end of the day, the other friend was taking the glory. So for every child to thrive in the future, they must be able to communicate. They must be able to be eloquent. They must be able to write. Like Mama has been saying that everybody should, okay, come and write books. Well, me too, I'm not good at that, but it's one of the areas that we should look at for our kids to be able to write. We must engage them meaningfully every time. When you are communicating with them, view their opinion, view what they are saying, encourage journaling, encourage them to write, encourage them to journal. If you are complaining that your child does not know how to write, start from now. As they are younger, let them write journals, maybe single line. Before you know it, 2 lines, 3 lines, and before you know it, they become a pro in it. And also, let us not forget public speaking engagement. If it's possible, train your child to be able to stand in front of the podium to speak. A lot of us we are podium scared. We don't want to speak in front of people because we are not trained to do like that. And we should not allow this to affect our children, because for somebody to be global, you must stand on podium, you must speak with people. So it is very important to develop these skills in our children. Another one is collaboration and teamwork. Every child must learn how to collaborate. You can see from social media, people are saying, oh, collaborate now, let's collaborate together, let's say the things that we can work together. Yesterday we were in a class, and we had a small brain teaser, and to be sincere, we won because all of us, we collaborated together. the idea was like some people had the idea about north, me I had the idea about south, another person had the idea about east, and it was easier for us to come out very very well, and everybody was like, we won because we collaborated together, we won because we work as a team. So they will be able to collaborate and let them know that it is when we work together as a team that we can get a better success. And they should learn that there's diversity in perspective. You know, some children will say that I want to do my things alone. Let us not encourage doing things alone. Let them know that they must talk with people. They must learn that everybody's perspective matter, and there is wisdom. Wisdom is multiple counsel. So how do we do that? We should foster positive attitudes towards teamwork in the family. You know, when we have siblings, let's start from there. Siblings should be able to work together as a team. Give them something to do together as a team and praise them as a team. Encourage group activities. Encourage play dates. Let them join their friends to play. Call friends around to come and play your house so that you can see how your children mingle, how your children are able to navigate in place of collaboration and working. And another thing we have to teach them is ability to listen. Some children, some of us self, we don't listen to anybody's opinion. We just feel that our opinion is superior. So let's teach these children the ability to listen to other people. Another one that we have to look at is adaptability. Can your kids navigate uncertainty? If things change, will your child survive? These are the realities of life. Things will not remain constant. The constant thing in life is what? Is change. The world is evolving. Where they used to be will not be where they will be. At least I was talking with one IT that came and said, I cannot survive in Abuja because I don't know how to fetch water. I can't stay with anybody. I'm going back to my father's house. And I shake my head. I say, wow. And you are in 400 level, you are doing IT. You cannot survive. So because children will face different challenges, they will face different uncertainty, they will not always live in our room. They are going to experience new things. So it is better that we intentionally do what? Create this new environment for them. Take them from where they were, where they are used to another environment, and see how they thrive. And with that, you are able to know that, oh, these are things I need to teach them. Another thing you have to look at is let them value learning from mistake. Mistake is part of life. You know, some people, they don't want to make mistake because their parents keep shouting on them that, oh, this mistake, hey, this. But if they are able to learn from mistake, and you are telling them that, well, see, this is the mistake you have learned. That's why we say learning from incident. And you are able to look at it and use it as part of your life experience. Another one is emotional intelligence. It is important for us to teach our children how to manage their emotion. Emotion outburst is not good. If you don't know how to manage your emotion, you will not be able to foster healthy relationship. You'll be having issues with friends. And let me tell you, people say now the currency that people are spending now is relationship. How many people do you know? How many people are you connected with? But if your emotion is here and there, you cannot manage healthy relationship. So let's tell them how to manage their emotion. So how do we do that? Let them know the different types of emotion, and let them be able to identify that, oh, I am angry, I am this, I am that at a particular event. And most of the time, validate their feelings. Oh, I know you are angry. It is okay, but please, let's look at this way, how we can control this. Another one is teach them strategies of handling this emotion. It will help your children to be able to develop these skills of emotional intelligence. Then another one we have to teach them is resilience. Will your child bounce back from setback? If there is a problem, will your child be able to come back? You know, these are things, or these are reality of life that we will always fail at a point in time. I remember I went to write one exam, and I came back. Of course, I failed the exam, and I was eating rice and chicken. And my daughter came and was like, mommy, you passed your exam. I said, no, I didn't pass my exam. He said, oh, really? So why are you eating rice? I said, because I will live to do the exam again. And next time she saw me writing the exam, she said, oh, mommy, you sure you are going to write this exam? I said, yes, I'm going to write it again because that's part of life. So when she had a challenge with one of our course, and she was telling me that, mommy, I think I want to drop this course. I said, you are not dropping anything. And she said, oh, well, that's part of life. Let me go and face it. And these are the things that we need to teach our children. Celebrate efforts and not achievement. Let it not be that it's only when they achieve something that you celebrate them. Let them know that it is the effort that you have placed, or you are putting in place to achieve that thing. Let's celebrate it. Let's encourage growth mindset and praise perseverance. You see a child that is struggling, is trying to do it, and you are saying, oh, you can't don't do it. No, that child is putting enough effort into it. Let's try to encourage them. Let's try to share that yes, it matters a lot. Another
Yes.
I've passed my time.
How many more points do you have?
I have three more points, and I'll be
Okay, so maybe just share the last one.
okay. So sorry. So the last one is financial literacy. Understand the value of money. Let's teach them to understand that money needs to be managed. And how do you do this? By teaching them how to budget, by allowing them for grocery shoppings, and with this, they are able to learn this. In conclusion, it is very, very important for us to build these skills for them, and it involves holistic and intentional approach. You must ensure that these are incorporated in their daily activities, and as parents and educators, we have the power to shape the generation that can not only tackle challenges of today, but are envisioned, and they can create brighter and sustainable future for all. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Somebody clap your hands for Tolu before I say what I want to say. Appreciate her. Appreciate Tolu. Appreciate Tolu. Oh my God. Tolu, I'm not sure. This is like a full day seminar. This is not 10 minutes teaching. This is like, please, what do we say to her? What did you catch? There's a lot of things she said. Somebody should write all those things. Please, if you copy them, can you just post them? Or Tolu, can you just run through them? Number one, this, number two, this.
So number one is critical thinking. One skill
Good.
that they
Number
have to
two.
build is critical. Yeah. Number two is creativity and innovation. Number
Mm-hmm.
three is communication skill. Number four is
Mm-hmm.
collaboration and teamwork. Number five is adaptability. Number six is emotional intelligence. Number seven is resilience. Number eight, which I didn't talk about, global and cultural awareness. Number nine is technology literacy, and number 10 is financial literacy. These are skills that are important for our children to be able to impact their future and to make them relevant and add value to their future.
And your topic was building essential skills for your children or something. Essential skills,
Yes,
right?
yes, how to build essential skills for our children to impact their future.
And I overheard you made a passing statement when you were talking about those writing book that I heard you. I mean, didn't I hear where I've been on my ear they pain me?
Yes, yes,
I think
yes.
I heard something like that. And
Yeah,
who told you? What did you say?
I said, like, I've seen Mama encouraging people to write book. I was going through the lady that launched that book recently in UK, and how you
Mm.
encourage her. And so I said, we don't have the skill, and it's something that I would love my kids to do, and we must train them, we must teach them, and if possible, which can learn it, because I learned that there's a neural pathway. If you start creating that pathway, you can write too. We can write too, but
You know why I'm
but
laughing? Do you know why I'm laughing at you? It's because you are going to write a book. This thing you talk now is a book. So I needed to be sure that I heard you. I needed to be sure. You can't, Tolu, now listen. Sorry for those of you who are supposed to speak. Tolu, you can't be working with young people. How many of you agree that this is a book? Oh yeah, vote. Because you're going to know. You, in fact, in my mind, you've already written the book. That's the truth. You work with children, and the kind of business that you do, I mean, you talked about how jobs are going in extinction and relevance. Tolu, this is a book title. And each of these points, you can settle down and expatiate on them. You don't even need point one. That is it. In fact, you have written the book in Jesus' name. Who is voting? Please. Oh, somebody say, I need the book. Good. Wait, I need to let me be posting it here now. I vote for the book. Good. Who is next? Because this is amazing. Everything you just said now can be transcribed into a book if you settle down And there are people who, once you're speaking, they can transcribe. And even after they've transcribed for you, you will not settle down and look at what they transcribe. And because there are lots of other things that you will have to add. So thou shalt write a book. Let me see another person. We are waiting for pre-order. Are you seeing it? You're writing the book. No, you're going to write it. The book is written in Jesus' name. Please, the person coordinating the book writing group need to add you, or I will send you the link so that the person will say I forgot. Okay. Thank you so much. And I must say that's one project you didn't plan for 2024, but it's going to come out in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes. I vote. Who is voting again? Oh, are you seeing it? I vote. I would love to read it. Good. Who is writing? Yes. Okay. Who again? She has great value. Is worthy to write a book about. Good. Thank you. The Bible says in the where 2 or 3 agree as touching anything, we are 5. We're even more than it. So to look one just think and say, how did I carry myself into this program?
Running away from this.
No, but you can do it. No, you can. I'm going to hold your hand. Kemi, who we're celebrating. You see, you are 100 times Kemi. Kemi, will see them. Even this one that is talking now, she has a book that she's supposed to write, this TV. Now, Kemi was so fearful that Kemi was almost going to run away. She was going to run away. She stopped. If I send her, she was quiet. She was cold. I saw somebody want to enter depression. I said, you see this book? You will enter and come out, but you will write it. So that's just the truth. If you want to get into cold mood, enter your cold mood and come out, and we continue from where we stop. And today, who would have believed she was not on social media before? Scantly. Who would have believed that something can spark up to the point that she has hosted her first couples event in the UK? What she's going to, she doesn't know whether to work. I say it has worked already. It has worked. And look at it. She has not rested. People have been calling her from different places in the UK. Oh, I need to get the book. I need to get the book. And the one in Nigeria is finished. You see, what you are afraid of is afraid of you. That's the truth. What you are afraid of is afraid of you. And sometimes we undervalue what we can do. And it's because sometimes we're looking at people who are up there. You look at people who are up there, not knowing that that person who is an expert was once an amateur. And so you want to start from there. You can't. It's only grave diggers that start from the top. Everything in life, you must start from ground. So you will write it. If it's only 20 copies, we're going to print. If it's 30 copies, we're going to print. We will buy it. Me, I will buy one. We will buy it, and then we will celebrate it. You have a business. Parents who patronize you, as they come to your office, they pick up the book. Deal or no deal?
Deal, ma'am.
When you say yes, the Holy Ghost say yes. God bless you, and thank you so much. Yes. Okay. So thank you, all of you. Our next speaker is Dr. Uboma. I don't know what she's going to speak about, but I'm going to bring her on now because we're pressed for time. Okay, this is the first time of me seeing your face. This is the first time of me seeing your face. Yes, Doc. This is the first time of me seeing your face. Yeah, so tonight you're actually going to speak to us. I will go off stage now so that you can actually introduce yourself and tell us what you're speaking on. You have 10 minutes.
So can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I'm Dr. Mrs. Uboma. I'm a medical doctor and also a lecturer in Port Harcourt. Although as of now, I'm on a master's course. Now, what I'll be speaking on is little drops makes. Little drop makes. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you've discovered that you're just like helpless, where you're embarrassed, where you feel disgraced, you feel depressed. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that. Some years ago, maybe about 17 years ago, I was in such a situation. We had a problem in the family and we needed a huge sum of money. And I remember I went around, trying to see if I could raise that money. I went to friends, I went to relations, I went to a whole lot of people. And I couldn't get that money until sometime later when some people now helped me, my pastor and my mom. It was a terrible situation. It was so bad. I don't know. I was pregnant then, and imagine 7 months old, you're 7 months pregnant, moving up and down looking for money. And when that incident was over, it got me thinking, and I started praying. I said, I don't want to be in that kind of situation. I don't want to be in a situation where I'll have to beg. I don't want to be in a situation where I'll have to, pass through that kind of mental torture and stress. So I prayed, I meditated, and I thought about, what do I do? And what God dropped in my mind was little drops. And I asked, little drops of what? And it came to little drops of money. Most times we think of getting millions. Most times when we discuss, we think of getting millions. We think of the millions we'll get, contract and millions. But that day I realized that, yes, little drops of money can make millions. Little drops of money can, make a mighty ocean. And that became my mantra from that day. And I ran with it. So what did I do? I started putting aside a little every day, every week, and every month. I started saving. I know many of us would look at it like it's an akao. That's locally in Nigeria, we call it akao. But mine was a bit different, because what I did was I opened an account. That account was my hidden account, and I called it my little drops account. And I didn't have any way to get the money from the account. I didn't have an ATM card. I didn't have anything. I couldn't access that money except I go to the bank myself. And that was what I did. I started with very little. I wasn't working then, but I was doing a little jobs and all that. So I started with, let me put it in Nigeria, I'll say something like 100 naira. I started with 100 naira, but just like starting with $50 or 20 pounds. That's what I started with. And at the end of the week, I'll go to the bank and I'll deposit that money into the bank. And I knew that people were watching me, that how can somebody come and deposit 100 naira in the bank? But I didn't care, because I had a mission and I had a vision. And I started doing that, and I was regular. And before I knew it, my little drops became a stream. It became a river, and it became an ocean. And from there, that little drop, I was able to, do a lot of things. I was able to, invest. I was able to open accounts for my children. I was able to open investment accounts. I was able to open educational accounts, insurance account. I was even able to, be able to deposit money in a way that I could borrow against that money without touching the capital. And it sounded so funny, because a lot of people didn't know what I was doing. But I know I told a lot of people that this is what I have learned, and a lot of people also started doing what I was doing. I looked at it and I said, we despise little drops, but little drops is very, very important. I'll just tell us one story. I had a friend, and she had a girl staying with her. And she told me that, oh, this girl that is staying with me, in the next 5-7 years, I will have to settle this girl, because I brought her. She has stayed with me right from when she was a little girl. And I told her about these little drops. And I told her that you can do something, you can start something, so that by the time it gets to the time when you're supposed to settle this girl, you have enough money to do that without stress. And she listened to me, and she started saving, and then 2,000 naira every day. No, every month. She started saving 2,000 naira every month, which is like saving like $100 or £100 every month. And she was saving this money. And by the time this girl was getting married, 6 years later, she was able to give this girl almost 500,000 just by that saving. And she did it without stress. She didn't have to go and look for the money. She didn't have to tax herself. She did it without stress. And when she told me the testimony, I was very happy that at least, you see, it works. And the girl was very happy, not knowing how the money was raised. So I want to encourage us today. Every woman, you are supposed to have some form of savings. Every woman, you're supposed to have something to fall back on. Your family is supposed to have something to fall back on. You can't just be spending everything you get. A lot of us, we go out, we eat out, we drink mineral, we drink all sorts of things we do, but just taxing yourself and saying, one day, this Coke I'll drink today, or this outing I'll do today, let me save that amount of money. Let it be my little drops. And you discover that over the years, as you keep it over the years, you've made up a lot of money. You've made up something that you can use for a business, something that you can use for something, anything you want to, for your family, for your children. And that is what I call my little drops. So I have thought about it, and I know that even in your life, other aspects of your life, for example, if you want to maybe you want to start exercising, you don't have to start with going to the gym. You don't have to start with running a marathon. You can start with maybe 5 minutes every day. You walk around your compound. By the time you're used to that, you migrate and you go up. You use 10 minutes. After that, 20 minutes. And that is still the little drops. That is just your little drops. If you want to start reading a book, you don't have to read a book in 2 days. If you're not used to it, you can start with 1 page a day. And before you know it, you have finished that book. If you want, you may say, okay, I want to do a business, or I want to buy a house. You can start with little drops. You can plan for it. You can plan for it. Or you want your child to go to a specific school, and you look at it, oh, the school fees is so expensive. You can start planning. Maybe 3 years before the child will go to school or something, you start planning towards it. So that by the time this child is going to school, you discover that you don't have to beg. You don't have to stress yourself, because you have planned for it and you have saved for it. I will just go in and I'll give us some steps on what we can do and how we can do it to start our little drops, because I'm encouraging all of us to start saving, putting something aside. Put something aside. Have your little drops. Number one, you have to decide your why. Why do you want to do it? I had a problem, and that was why I started doing my own. So you have to decide, why am I going to do this? So you should think about it. You could have a goal. It could be a long-term goal. It could be a short-term goal. Maybe you want to plan. You're planning that in the next 5 years, I want to buy a house. Or in the next 2 years, I want to, I have a project. You can start today to keeping your little drops. Number two, you can you now remember what this fund, that is not an account, that it's not something that it's not something that you go to your account every day. It's not something that is opened. So you have to open an account that is like a hidden account. And that account, you won't have an ATM card towards it. You won't have a credit card, no debit card, nothing. So it's an account that you cannot touch. It's an account that is kept for, that purpose that you have in mind for. So you open the account. Then you now make up your mind. What do I put in this account? Depending on what you want to do and how much you have, anybody can start. You can even start with something very, very small. You can start with very, very small. Any amount you like. Some of us, maybe you're a worker and you say, okay, I'm earning so money. Let me keep aside 10% or 5% or 1%. So you now have to start with that. Then as your finances increase and improves, you can add more. But you have to start somewhere. So you start with baby steps. You start with little. You can say, okay, it will be direct debit. You can say, okay, I'll do a transfer. You can say, okay, I will go to the bank and drop this money by myself. You pay yourself first. You decide that this is what I am going to do. And then you start. And then what else can you do? Number 3, you have to be disciplined, because you cannot start if you're not disciplined. You cannot start if you're not consistent, because if you just decide, you see something, maybe you see gold or you see a beautiful car and you say, oh, I'm going to take that money to buy, you can do that. And you discover that the aim is defeated. So you have to be very disciplined. I have a goal and I must meet that goal. I must accomplish that goal. So you have to be disciplined. You have to be discreet. You have to be discreet. It has to be confidential, because for your own peace of mind, if people know that, oh, this is what you're doing, and they have this, you have this amount of money, you discover that there'll be a lot of pressures from everywhere, you know. So you have to be discreet about it. You have to be confidential about it. It is your hidden account, and it is private to you. It's personal to you. It's not something that you broadcast and tell everybody about. And I've said before, you adjust as your finances improve. So if you're giving maybe one today, if you get a better job or something good happens to you, you can improve. You can put in more money instead of staying where you were before. Then you monitor your spending. You have to monitor how you spend your money. Because you have to make little changes to how you spend your money. You have to, like our last speaker spoke about, being financially, you have to be financially wise. You have to know how you spend your money. You have to start tracking your spendings. You don't just spend anyhow, because these things are what takes the extra money that you would have put aside for your projects. So you have to be mindful of how you spend. You have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. And one other thing that you should know is that, as a family, or if you have children or you don't have children, you should have at least enough money in your bank or wherever you keep your money, to keep you for at least 6 months, in case you don't have a job, in case you don't have what to do. You should have at least some money kept aside. So you should also plan for that. You should say, okay, these little drops, this money I'm saving, this will be permanently in my account. Then this other amount, I can use it maybe for business. I can use it for example, somebody can come and tell you, oh, there's a business somewhere, and you see that this business is viable. You can make quick money from it. You can take some money from that your account and do the business, and then put the money back, when you finish that business. So it's not money that you spend anyhow. So I want to tell you that I want to stop now, and I want to invite you to my webpage and my blog. It's called Little Drops Make, and my website, wealthyhealthy.live, which will be on. In the course of this, my program as a model, I'm going to develop it, and I invite you to come and look at it and get more tips on how to look after your health and how to look after your wealth. Thank you very much.
Wow. Can we put our hands together for Doctor? Doctor, you are now a financial consultant. But this is good. And I like the fact that this was born out of an experience that you have. And some experiences that you have may not even be somehow in line with what is. Look at now, it's finances. And from there, you have used it to help someone. So when is that blog? When is the website going to be live? Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I'm on Facebook. It's already there, just for me to populate put in content. So
what is your handle on Facebook? I'm already on Facebook. What is your handle?
wealthyhealthy.live.
On Facebook?
Okay, no. Oh, yes, I'm on Facebook. Wealthy Healthy.
Okay, Wealthy Healthy.
Yes.
Everybody should look for Wealthy Healthy, because we must take it to the next level. Do you get? I'm just seeing Wealthy Healthy. I'm not sure. Is it like a Facebook page or something?
Yes, a Facebook page.
Okay.
But it also has I have a Facebook.
So I think it's something that. So what you will do later, just share the link. Share the link with me. Click share it and send to me, okay? But I'd want to say thank you so much. You have shared this thing from a place of experience. Later, click the link and share. You've shared this thing from a place of experience. I want to say thank you so much. You pulled it. Most of you here, some of you subscribe to Saving in the Inner Circle. And in that savings community, what did we say? Do not have an ATM or internet banking on that account. The reason why I say don't have it, something will come up that you want to go and collect that money. And I said, do not carry all your savings and throw inside that place. It might be 5,000 per month. It might be 10. Call that money untouchable. I said not even, I even gave the money a name. Untouchable money. That the only time you're going to touch it is December 15th. And it's tied towards a project. If you don't touch that money, nothing will happen to you. Leave the money alone. Please write in the comment section. Leave untouchable money alone. Leave the untouchable money alone. It's very important. Leave the money alone. Write it. I want to see. Leave the untouchable money alone. I said, if it's 2,000, if it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, if it's 50, whatever amount you know that you can part with, and your eye will not go there for the next 11 months. Leave untouchable money alone. Leave the money alone. Leave it. Yes, Tolu. Leave the money alone. Leave it alone. So please, very, very important. Thank you. Amazing. God bless you, Doc. Thank you. Doc, are you resident in Port Harcourt?
I say, but I'm not in Port Harcourt now. I'm in the UK.
Okay, yes. You told me you are actually doing your program. You are running a program in the UK.
I'm running a program.
Okay, when will your program finish?
By the end of this year.
By the end of this year. Okay. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic time in the UK. I think I'm going to organize for all of you in the UK to find a way and meet. Just find a way and connect. I know that it might be states apart, thousands of miles apart, but we'll find a way. Thank you so much, and this is amazing. You have actually stirred up something again in the heart of everyone here. Thank you so much. So I'll let you go so that our next speaker can come up and speak. Okay, so our next speaker is Model Naomi. Model Naomi, are you here? Yes, leave the money alone. Leave the money alone. Leave it. In fact, I don't even know whether some of you have touched that money already. It's possible you cannot touch it in Jesus' name, I believe. Leave the money alone. Model Naomi, are you here? Or Model Chisom, who is ready? Who is ready? I thought I saw Model Naomi now. So please, are you enjoying this? Let me know in the comment section if you're enjoying this. If you're enjoying this conference. You know, the beautiful thing, if I'm the only one teaching now, I will not touch all the areas that most people have touched. That's why there's no one person that knows it all. Do you get? Somebody is laughing. Make sure you have not touched that money, because God is seeing you. I've taught us about how to keep integrity, how to keep your integrity, that most times we're very quick to keep our words to other people. Oh, I'm a person of reputation. I'm a woman of integrity. You don't want people to doubt your integrity. So what you say you will do for them, you do. But when it comes to yourself, you break the words you keep to yourself. As it has to do with exercise. I was struggling with exercising. I even registered in a gym. But one of the things I started doing recently, I started walking every morning. I told myself I'm not going to any gym. I'm not going to, even if I want to lose weight, I can't lose 20 kg in 1 month. Every morning, even this morning, by 6 a.m., I'm up. And I'm walking. Sometimes I will do 5,000 steps, sometimes 6,000 steps, sometimes 7, but it's consistently every day. And I sleep and I wake up stronger, healthier. Do you understand? Please, if Mother Naomi is not here, we'll close. Like I said, any other person who is not here will not be scheduled, especially if you didn't take permission. We will not reschedule you. In the absence of any other person, we may have to close. This is 10 o'clock already. I thought somebody was here. We may have to close. Um, thank you, thank you. Does anybody have any question? Let me use this. Yes, leave your money alone. Does anybody have any question? Please, do you have any question on anything bothering you, anything you want me to address? It may not be in line with this on your mic. Is there anything that you want me to talk about? I'll just address it now. And then we will close and then we will go. Anybody? Anyone? Any question? Okay, you're enjoying it. Thank you so much. Gift. Any question, please? I need to know. You have any questions, please? Any questions? Okay, no questions, right? So we're going to close now. Okay. I need to be sure that people are not having. Okay, yes. Okay, somebody is saying, what do you do to revive your passion? Sorry, let me ask this question. What do you do to revive your passion when your drive or momentum to achieve your goal is low? Good. Go back to your why. Why did you start in the first place? Which is why, before you do anything, there must be a strong why. It is your why that even when you are tired will help you pick up. It is why, except maybe it is not passion drive, except probably you say you heard God told you drop it. If it is laziness, if it is discouragement, if it is low drive, you will have to drive yourself. Go back to the drawing board. Why do I want to do this? Who is this going to impact? Now, by the time you look at the people or the person, the people that what God has called you to do will impact, you will look for drive. You get what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very important. Go back to your why, and then, if possible, reach out to your mentor. That's why mentorship is very, very important, because there will be low moments in your life. Each and every one of us, we all have our low moments. We all have our low moments. Okay. I hope I've answered that question. So I don't know what's going on, Naomi. Naomi, your system is not compatible. So sorry, we can't add you. I don't know. Device not connected. Your device is not connected. Maybe you need to. Okay, so we can't continue to wait. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. My phone says the browser has blocked my mic. I don't know why you're having that issue. It was very comfortable for every other person to connect. Okay. I don't know what the issue is. So sorry we're not able to take your session this night. I'd like to say good night, everyone. And we'll see again tomorrow. The speakers for tomorrow will be live here to share with us their own. Thank you so much, and good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much, Chinazo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm also enjoying. I've learned a lot. No, Naomi, you can't join tomorrow. You can't join tomorrow. We have loads of speakers, except probably when we're done with all the speakers scheduled. Then, if there's still space, we'll have to schedule you again. Yes. Okay. Good night, everyone.